Alright, first things first, gotta make some bait and get that marinating while I get the rest of my stuff carried down to the water and set up. "21 ounces old-fashioned oats, 2 or 3 handfuls of sweet feed pellets. And, you know, I just kind of randomly pick. There's really no rhyme or reason about which flavor, just whatever I feel like this day. Today, it's going to be sweet potatoes in syrup. Alright, there's the sweet potatoes and the syrup going in. And to give that a little extra kick, I'm going to put some of this brown sugar and bourbon kitchen seasoning in there. It's just some kitchen seasoning that we didn't like on our food, so I'll just use it to season up the carp bait. Put a bunch in there. And before I get too crazy with the mixing, I'm going to squeeze those sweet potatoes, and mash those up a little bit. There we go. You know, sometimes people ask about measurements, about how much this, how much that. And I don't really measure anything, and you don't need to. It's just put some oats and a can of something, mix it up, give it about 10 minutes for those oats to absorb some of the stuff. And if it's too dry, just add a little bit of water. And if it's too wet, just add a little bit more oats. You know, it's not an exact science. We're just making fish bait here. We're not making dinner for the queen. So just kind of roll with it, you know. But as with all good carp fishing trips, got to start with making some bait. Sweet feed pellets, old-fashioned oats. About 21 ounces of oats, I believe, in there. And because the flavor doesn't really matter very much, I'm going to go ahead and cover my eyes with this hand and blindly pick something out of my bait bag here. What do we got? Ooh, cherry pie filling. Let's do it. And this is old. This was in the... I just moved, and this was like way in the back of the pantry. Best by August of 2017. Alright, cherry pie filling going in. Ooh, it's thick. I'm going to add a little bit more flavor. I'm going to do some vanilla. I think vanilla sounds good with cherry. Vanilla ice cream goes good with cherry pie. Get that off of there. I'll shoot a bunch of vanilla in there. And that's going to be it for the pack bait today. Give that a good mix. Alright, cherry vanilla oats. Give that about 10-15 minutes to set up. Be ready to start fishing. Old-fashioned oats, sweet feed pellets. I think I'm going to add some grits to the mix today, just for fun. Whole packet. These are butter-flavored instant grits. Just to add some really small particles. For flavor, I think I'm gonna add, I don't know, let's see, let's put some dry flavor in. How about some of this brown sugar bourbon seasoning? Yeah, we gotta open up the other side. Need a lot. There we go. Nice big pile. I'm sure this stuff's got a lot of salt and sugar in it. And then a can of cream corn. In with the cream corn, and that's it. Cream corn, brown sugar bourbon seasoning, oats, grits, sweet feed.
That's it. Let that sit for 10 minutes, be good to go. Lots of people ask why I use a bag and why don't I use a bucket. And there's several reasons, but the main one is a bucket doesn't fit in my backpack. I don't fish right by my car. I gotta walk a long ways, so yeah, bag works nice for that. A lot of times I make the bait at home before I head out to fish wherever I'm gonna fish. That's what I'm doing today. Just thought I'd show you that. First, I got some old-fashioned oats. I'm going to pour in about half this container. I just opened this container. This is a 42-ounce container, so put about half of it in this bag. And I don't measure, I just guess. This is not an exact science. The fish don't care. And some sweet feed. I just keep a little bit in this old oats container just for making pack bait here. Again, no measurements. Putting some in. And a can of cream corn. Ouch. Dang it. Watch out for those can lids. Alright, and the next ingredient is going to be some boiled feed corn. I just keep this stored in the refrigerator. And it's cooking liquid. Just ladle a little bit of it out into the pack bait. There we go. And this stuff will last for months in the refrigerator. If you put it in these containers when it's hot and then seal it up and put it in the fridge, it'll last for months. I had some in the fridge all winter and ended up using it earlier this spring. And for added flavor and sweetness, I'm going to just add some apple juice. Not that much because I don't want this to be too wet. That's probably good enough. That's it. Seal it up. Get the air out of the bag here. You need to have air in the bag when you mix it so that the stuff can fall around inside the bag. Get the air out. Pull it up. It goes in the tackle bag. Alright, let's go fishing. And I was about to make some more bait before those people showed up, so let's go ahead and do that now. Surprise, surprise, old-fashioned oats, sweet feed pellets. I think I'm gonna go peachy today. Sliced peaches, yellow cling peaches in 100% juice. And I love these easy open cans. Whole thing, juice and all. This is just old-fashioned oats and sweet feed pellets. I'll go with a can of pineapple juice. Everything's going in. A little bit of vanilla too. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna smash up this pineapple a little bit here first before I start mixing. That's it, pineapple oats. Just let that sit for about 10 minutes before I use it. I just got here on the bank spot, just made the hike down here, and first things first, I'm gonna get some bait rolling so that can marinate while I'm getting my other gear set up. Surprise, surprise, oats, sweet feed pellets. That's pretty much the base for every pack bait that I make usually. I'm gonna go with some cream stock corn to start with. Cream corn. And I've also got some boiled feed corn that I brought today that I'm gonna chum with. I'm gonna put some of this in the pack bait. This has been in the fridge for probably a couple months, and it doesn't smell bad or anything. It is a little bit slimy, which is good. Slime. A little bit of that in there. And I'm gonna put some chili powder in here too. Gives it some color and some spice. Quite a bit. Now some super speed mixing. Okay, I'll let that sit while I get my rods set up. If you make bait on the bank, you know, it's a good idea to have, at least here's what I do. I carry a little roll of these little thin little wastebasket liners, and just works good for your trash. Keeps it sealed up so the bugs won't be crawling all over it. It won't attract bugs at least, and you can just put it back in your bag, throw it away when you get home, or at the garbage can in the parking lot, or wherever you're at, you know. Don't leave that crap on the bank. Got about probably 3 more hours here. So let's see, I'm gonna go with the old-fashioned oats and sweet feed pellets again. And actually I'm going to dump it into this bag here. There. I'm just going to reuse that bag that I've been using all day and save this for a different batch for tomorrow. And for this bait, I'm not feeling very creative here tonight. Whole kernel corn. I'm going to put the whole thing in there, the liquid and all. And just a little something extra, a little bit of vanilla. And mixy. Yeah, nothing happening on the fishing front so far, but we're getting into prime time now. Sun's starting to head down, so hopefully it'll pick up. How many times you want to see me make bait in this video? At least once more, I guess. Oranges, yams, corn. Let's go with, you know what? Fruit cocktail in heavy syrup. The only reason I picked this is because it's got an easy open lid and I don't feel like fooling with the can opener. And a little bit of vanilla too. I just put vanilla in all the time. And that's it for vanilla. Smash up that fruit a little bit here. Smash it up, get all that juice squeezed out of it. There we go. Let it set up. If it needs more moisture, I'll put a little lake water in there. If it needs more, or if it's too moist, I'll put a little bit more oats in there. But pretty simple. Alright, time to make some new bait here for the day. I'm going to reuse this bag from yesterday's bait. In here I've got just oats and sweet feed pellets. I'm going to dump those into the bag with yesterday's bait. Reuse this bag a different time. I like to use these gallon bags 2 or 3 times if I can, if they don't get beat up too bad. And for flavor and moisture, today I'm going to put in some fruit cocktail in heavy syrup. And for just a tiny bit of extra moisture, because I think it's going to need it, just a little bit of this apple juice. Just a splash. Can always add more later. And now, high-speed mixing. There. That should be enough bait for 4 to 6 hours of fishing for me. Probably even longer, actually, because I'm only using 2 rods and instead of baiting up 3 like I usually do. Old-fashioned oats, sweet feed pellets, cream corn. In goes the cream corn. And just for a little bit extra flavor and liquid, just a little bit of apple juice. Just a little bit. That's it. There. I got a little bit of time left this morning. Let's see if we can get one more fish on the bank. Just more oats and horse feed. And yeah, just a can of cream corn. And finish off this apple juice. And some of this boiled feed corn that I brought along. And throw a little chili powder in there too, just for fun. That's it. Time for some high-speed mixing. You know, I don't really care so much about if it's like 100% mixed perfectly evenly or anything like that. Fish don't either. I mean, how do you like your soup? Blended in a blender? No, you like the chunks of carrots and potatoes and meat, right? We don't want it a slurry. And I don't think fish care about it being perfectly mixed. And that looks good, even though it is perfectly mixed. Alright, what kind of bait should I make today? Oh yeah, I got this pineapple mango juice. I think I'll use that. I put a little bit in that in the bait that I already used today. And, yeah, old-fashioned oats, sweet feed pellets in there. And I don't know, this was a 12-ounce bottle. I probably dumped out 2 ounces of it. I'm just going to dump it all in there. And it's going to be real soupy at first. It'll probably take about 10 minutes for those oats to absorb that liquid. There we go. I'm just going to leave that sit there 10 minutes and check on it. If it's too wet, I'll add a little bit more oats. Got some extra here. If it's too dry, I'll put a little bit of water in there. Okay, time to make some more bait to feed the dinks. Old-fashioned oats, horse feed pellets. Let's see, what would a big carp like to eat that little carp don't? Let's go with peaches. Peaches in syrup. Easy open can. Love it. And just to do things a little bit differently, I'm going to put some chili powder in with these peaches, make them spicy peaches. Yum yum. I'll go with my spicy tiger nut hook baits. And that's it. I'll add a little bit of lake water if it needs it. I don't think it will. Squeeze up these peaches real quick, just mash them. That's it. 10 minutes, that'll be ready to use. Alright, welcome back to another fishing adventure. I'm fishing kind of a cool little spot today. Never fished here before. I'll show you that in a minute. First thing I gotta do is get some bait marinating here. And of course, my usual is, mosquito in my face, is old-fashioned oats and sweet feed pellets. And if you watch my videos regularly, you know the routine. It's just a bag of this and a can of that, and real simple. I think I just kind of do whatever I feel like. I think I'm gonna go with some yams today. And everything goes in there: the syrup and the sweet potatoes. And I'm also going to add, got a little bit of vanilla left in here. I'm gonna put that in there. Finish that off, and I think that's it. I think that's gonna be it. Pretty simple. And of course, I'm gonna smash these sweet potatoes up here a little bit before I get into the mixing. Kind of smash them up, squeeze the juice and the syrup or whatever's in them. Just kind of mash, and that's pretty good. Vanilla sweet potatoes. In case you're wondering about the ratio, I've got about 21 ounces of oats in here, and maybe just a couple of handfuls of the sweet feed. So 21 ounces is like half of one of those large tubes of old-fashioned oats. And that amount, 21 ounces of oats, goes pretty good with 1 can of whatever. You know, these cans are all the same, 15-ounce cans, 15-ounce can. You know, they're all the same amount of volume in the can. So 21 ounces of this, a can of whatever. And sometimes, depending on what I use for the can, some stuff is more juicy than others. You know, cream style corn and whole kernel corn. This is going to be a little bit more watery than this. You know, sometimes if I only put a can of cream corn in, I might need to add a little bit of lake water just to get the right consistency, so it'll pack into a good ball. But you know, it's just variable. If it's too wet, just add a little bit more oats. If it's too dry, just add a little bit of water. That's the way I do it. Works pretty good for me. Time to make some more bait again. Last time it was, what was it? Sweet potatoes and vanilla. This time, let's go with, I'll just do some cream corn, I guess. Actually, I can't even mind. I'm going to dump this can of sweet corn in there. Mostly because I didn't feel like fiddling with the can opener. That, and you know, just chili powder is something that I've been using a lot lately. Seems to work good. Adds lots of flavor and color. That's it. I'll probably add a little bit of water eventually after it sits for a little bit. That's it. Chili powder, sweet corn, oats. And if you're in a hurry, lay it in the sun. It'll soak it up faster. Get ready faster. As usual, oats and sweet feed pellets. And I'm not even gonna look. I'm just gonna grab the first thing. Hey, pineapple. Easy open can. Perfect. This is tidbits. I'm gonna dump it all in, juice and everything. And I don't know. I'm just loving chili powder lately. I'm gonna throw some chili powder in there. Get off of there. Spicy pineapple. I'm going to smash up that pineapple a little bit before I get to mixing. Squeeze out some of that juice. And then give it a toss. Boom. Spicy pineapple oats. Here I've got some old-fashioned oats and some horse feed pellets. About 21 ounces of old-fashioned oats in this bag here. And I'm going to make the exact same thing that I've been fishing with this morning. Fruit cocktail. Pears, peaches, grapes, and maybe 3 or 4 cherries in there. In the syrup. And what I like to do before I start mixing it too much, is just get all these down here and just smash all that fruit Smash it, squeeze the juice out of it, crush those grapes. We want that juice to soak into the oats. And then tumble. That's it. Simple, 3 ingredients. Okay, it's time to make some more bait. Old-fashioned oats, sweet feed. Let's go with sliced pears, dented can. What is it in? Extra light syrup. And I'm gonna add a little color and flavor to that by putting some chili powder in there. And that's gonna be it. That's it. Sweet chili powder, pear, oats. Alright, this new batch of bait is it's going to consist of my usual mix to start with, which is old-fashioned oats and some sweet feed pellets mixed together. And to that I'm going to add Fruit Loop cereal. These are left over from my boilies that I made earlier this spring. I made some boilies using this cereal, and I got quite a bit left. I'm going to crunch it up, put it in the pack bait. I think I'm going to go ahead and open up the bag a little bit to allow some more space in there. And crunch, crunch, crunch. Well, that did surprisingly little. Broke up a lot of them. Still pretty chunky though. That's alright. Let me stomp on them a little bit more here. Alright, well, that didn't do that much. It crunched them up a little bit. What's really gonna, when they start absorbing some moisture, they're just gonna fall apart in the pack bait anyway. So, these are just the generic Fruit Loops from Walmart, I think. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not going to measure anything. I never measure anything. Just dump a bunch in there. There we go. Now, and that smells really fruity. Wow. And for the liquid, I think I'm going to go with pineapple. Big can of crushed pineapple. This is a 20-ounce can. And looks like I need a can opener, dang it. I always have a can opener. Those easy open cans are so convenient. So yeah, the level of fruity scent in this stuff is going to be pretty intense. And there's not much juice in that pineapple. I'm going to add some water too, I think. Just a little bit of lake water. 3-4 handfuls. Normally 1 can of stuff is just about the right amount of liquid for when I'm just doing the oats mix, but this added cereal, it's probably going to take a little more liquid. I'm going to go with this for now. If it needs more, I can always add more water. Alright, well, let's take a look inside real quick. I've never done this before with the whole cereal. Let's see, I'm sure the cereal's still crunchy. Oh, actually, it's soft. Cereal's already falling apart. There's a green one. It just falls apart. So, oh yeah, a couple more minutes, that cereal will just be mush. And I'll add just a lot of sugar and scent to this super duper sweet cereal, pineapple oats. I'm really pleased at how the addition of the Fruit Loops to the pack bait turned out. Yeah, I don't know, it sticks together really well, and there's still chunks in there, and the smell, I mean, the fruity smell is, I wish I had smell-o-vision here. Let me put it real, can you smell it? It smells really fruity. So carp seem to like it too. I think I'm gonna make, this is the last of that batch that I made earlier, and I think I'm gonna make another batch, exact same thing. All right, I guess maybe it won't be exactly the same because I think I only had 1 can of pineapple in here. So the can will be something else. But yeah, just doing the same thing with the Fruit Loops. Use these up. And yeah, I guess I'll stick with the fruity theme. Fruit cocktail. Easy open lid this time. And I think it's going to need a little bit of water too. 2, 3, 4 handfuls of water. Did you get all those precise measurements? Bada bing. The usual oats and sweet feed. And a can of something. Let's go with pears today. Easy open can. Juice and all. A little chili powder just for fun. That's it. Smash up those pears. The key to making this work in a gallon bag like this is to not fill the bag more than half full. You need that extra space in there for the stuff to move around and mix. If the bag's too full, nothing's going to mix. But see how full I have the bag there? Maybe a little more than half, but yeah, you need that air in there. That's going to be it. Pears and chili powder. Oats. Sweet feed pellets. And I had some real good luck the other day making a super fruity bait with these Fruit Loops. That's what I'm going to do here. I got these left over. A lot of sugar. And then for liquid, let's see. Guess I'll go with the fruit cocktail. I'll probably add a little bit of water too, just because I've added that extra cereal in there. First thing I'm going to do is smash up that fruit cocktail. Alright, take a look at that here. I already know it's going to need a little bit of water because I made the same mix the other day. So let's go grab a little water. You know, grabbing a little bit of water is not such a simple task here at this place. I'm going to fall and break my neck getting some water. Alright, I got to find a spot in the rocks. That'll work. I got about half a can there. That's too much. I'm just going to... about like that. There we go. I'll use that for the rest of my baiting on my rigs, and let's get this stuff put in the spawn I'm throwing out there. I know I'm going to need some more bait, so I might as well just do that now. Usual mix of oats and sweet feed. I'll just go with the peaches, I guess. Dump the whole thing in. Shit. And yeah, watch out for those can lids, folks. Now time to make some more bait, because I know I'm going to need that pretty soon. As usual, sweet feed and oats. And I'll just grab the first thing that I can find. Here we go, fruit cocktail. Dump that in there. Put the lid back in there. Close this up. Smash up that fruit. That's it. Just simple. 3 ingredients. Oats, sweet feed, canned fruit cocktail. There's a grape. Alright, about an hour in. Nothing happening. The wind is being a real pain in the ass, but I'm not ready to quit yet. Gonna need some more bait for sure, so might as well get that done now. This is old-fashioned oats and some of those sweet feed pellets in there. And to that, I'm gonna add this can of peaches. Yellow cling peaches, 100% fruit juice. Peaches in the bag. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of vanilla, just to give it a little extra scent. And I think vanilla and peach smells really good. Honestly, this is more about the smell that I want to smell rather than what I think the fish want. They want it all. And I'm just gonna smash those peaches real quick here before I start mixing up. I'm just gonna obliterate those peaches and squeezing the juice out of them. Just turn them into baby food. In fact, if you got extra baby food sitting around that you're not gonna use, that'd work great to mix in carp bait, I suppose. Baby food's expensive though, isn't it? It's been a while since I bought any baby food. And peaches are all smashed up and tumble. That's it. Needs to set up for about 10 minutes. It's time to make some more bait. I got about an hour and a half left to fish here. Pretty clear I'm going to run out of bait. As usual, sweet feed and old-fashioned oats. And I'm just going to pick a random can here. Pears in syrup. I'm going to do it the same with the pears as I do the peaches. I'm going to squish those, squeeze them, smash them, make baby food out of them. And I forgot to put vanilla in. I've been liking the vanilla lately. Nice thing about vanilla is fish like it and the bugs don't like it. So it's kind of a nice dual combo there. That's it. And I get people in the comments asking me what video they should watch for my bait recipes. I talk about the bait. I do this. I show myself making the bait almost every single video. So you want to learn some bait recipes, just start watching my videos and you'll see one almost every video. There are a few videos that have are specifically about bait, but for the most part it's part of fishing, so I just mix it in with the fishing because that's what it is. I like to make bait in small batches like this for a few reasons. I mean, one of the reasons is this bag is much more portable than a bucket. I can travel to places where I'm going to travel light and I can stuff a bag of bait in my bag, no problem. Can't do that with a bucket. But I also don't like waste. I like using a small batch, so I don't want to have a bucket full of pack bait sitting in my garage getting moldy. When I get home, if I have leftover bait, this can easily just be folded up, stuck in the fridge. Doesn't take up a lot of space in the fridge. Can't do that with a bucket. And this bag here looks like it's still in pretty good shape. I'm going to reuse that again. So I'm just going to take my new stuff and dump it into the old bag here. Put this bag back in the bag, and I'll use that a different day. I like to reuse these gallon bags 2 or 3 times depending on how beat up they get. But yeah, I've got about 21 ounces of old-fashioned oats and some sweet feed pellets mixed in there. That's horse feed, 12% protein, horse feed. And let's see, this is the only easy open can I've got in here, so why not go with that? Whole kernel corn is what I'm doing here. Usually when I use whole kernel corn for this type of pack bait mix, I'm just going to dump the whole can, including the liquid, in there. And that usually ends up being just about the right amount of liquid for the amount of oats that I have here. And I kind of like to do the same as what I do with like when I use cans of fruit in here. Smash up that corn a little bit, squeeze that corn flavor juice out of it, just give it a smash. It really gets a good mix in with the oats. And then get some air back in the bag so that the bait has room to tumble, and then tumble it. And that's it. It takes about 10 minutes to set up or so. As you can see, it's a little bit sticky right now already, but it's still too crumbly. It takes a little time for those old-fashioned oats to absorb the moisture from the corn. If you're using instant oats, it would probably happen faster. I like the old-fashioned oats. It seems like the instant oats kind of turned into a little bit of a paste. Since I reuse bait, like I said, I'll put this bait in the fridge, use it tomorrow or a few days from now. Old-fashioned oats seem to hold up better than the quick oats, but both work. And I think the only flavor that's in there really is corn. I'm going to add some vanilla in there too. I like vanilla a lot. Helps keep the bugs away too. Gnats don't like the scent of vanilla. And I know I just dumped the vanilla in there and I didn't like mix it evenly or make sure everything is evenly distributed in the back bait. That just doesn't matter. Fish don't care about that. We're not baking a cake for the queen here. We're just making fish bait. They don't care. That's just a fisherman thing, not a fish thing. Well, that bait I used for my initial bait up was leftovers from yesterday, so I know I'm going to need some more bait. Get that made up here. Old-fashioned oats, and mixed in there is a little bit of sweet feed pellets. That's horse feed, these little pellets here. And let's see. Oh, I see an easy open can. What's that? Pears? I'm sick of pears. I've been using pears. Let's do cream corn. Cream corn going in. And I'm just going to add some chili powder to this. Give it a little kick. A little extra flavor. That can really attract the curiosity of the carp, right? That's what we're doing with this bait, right? Mix up. That's it. This just needs to sit for 10-15 minutes and I'll be fishing with a double spicy corn hook bait, chili spicy oats. Changed my mind. I'm gonna make some more bait and stay a little longer. Just caught a fish, just saw another fish surface. I'm gonna stay a little longer. Old-fashioned oats and sweet feed. About 21 ounces of those old-fashioned oats. Can of corn, cream corn. A little bit of lake water. My old bait bag, my garbage bag. And for flavor, I'm gonna add some vanilla in there. Corn flavor is probably enough, but add some vanilla. Keeps the bugs away a little bit. That's it. That's it. 10 minutes. I'll be ready to use. You want to see more bait recipes? Watch more videos. I make bait in almost every video. Alright, it is time to make some more pack bait. Oats, sweet feed pellets. There's about 21 ounces of old-fashioned oats in there, and probably about 2 cups of sweet feed pellets. And to that, I'm going to add 1 can of crushed pineapple. This is a 20-ounce can. In goes the pineapple. And because the gnats have been so bad lately, and I hate gnats, I'm going to put some vanilla in because gnats hate vanilla. Poof. Give that a toss. That's it. Needs about 10 minutes to set up. I'll be ready to use. Alright, time to make some more pack bait for the evening session. This is my usual mix. Old-fashioned oats, 21 ounces, and sweet feed pellets, 2 cups. And to that, I'm going to add 1 can of crushed pineapple, 20-ounce can. And to open that can, I'm going to use 1 can opener. In goes the pineapple, like such. Pineapple can goes in the empty pack bait bag, like such. And today's additional ingredient, chili powder. That's it. Seal it up, toss it up. There. That needs about 10 minutes. It'll be ready to use. This is 8 cups of old-fashioned oats, 2 cups of sweet feed pellets. That is the universal base that I pretty much always use as my base for my pack bait. And I'm just going to go with some cream corn to moisten that up. In goes the cream corn. And experience tells me that just like a 1/5 of a can of water just helps a little bit, helps get that pack bait started a little faster. And for additional flavoring, I'm going to add some vanilla in here. And that's it. Seal it up, toss it up. Boom. It takes about 10 minutes for those oats to start absorbing all that cream corn and that moisture, and for it to become sticky. It needs to set up. It's time to make some more pack bait. Here I have 8 cups of old-fashioned oats and 2 cups of sweet feed. That's 12% sweet feed. It's horse feed. To that, I'm going to add 1 can of sweet potatoes in syrup. That's a 15-ounce can. And to open that can, I'm going to use 1 can opener, silver. 14, 15, 16. Open that can, I turned it exactly 16 times. In goes the sweet potatoes with syrup. And I'm going to go for spicy sweet potatoes here, adding chili powder. And I'm putting exactly 3 tablespoons of chili powder. Must be exact. And 2 handfuls of water, exactly. And then I'm gonna seal up the bag, and I'm gonna mix it for exactly 2.5 minutes. Must be exact. And now I'm gonna squeeze the air out of the bag, seal it back up, and I'm gonna get real mad, punch it. I'm gonna really smash up the sweet potatoes. Yeah. And there it is. That'll take exactly 10 minutes before it's ready. And that is how you make pack bait the right way. You do it any other way, you're wrong and you're never going to catch a fish. The end. Alright, just got to the spot. First thing I'm going to do before anything else is get some pack bait going, because I don't have any ready. And here I have old-fashioned oats, sweet feed pellets, about a 4-to-1 ratio there. To that, let's see, what do I have here? I got some pears, chili beans, sweet corn. Let's see. I think I am going to do these spicy hot chili beans in chili sauce. Oh yeah, gonna go spicy tonight. And they are not very saucy. Really thick. I'm gonna need more liquid than that for sure. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this can of corn and I'll dump it all in, including the water that's in the can. In goes the can of corn, liquid and all. And let's see, I don't think I need anything else. That's gonna be good. Give that a toss. Alright, spicy corn and beans. That's gonna take about 10 minutes for those oats to absorb that stuff. Be ready to use. I'm gonna get my rods set up. Alright, let's start out with some bait from the tailgate this morning. Old-fashioned oats, sweet feed pellets. And to that, I'm going to add a can of cream corn. And also a can whole kernel corn. It's about 4-to-1 ratio, the ratio of oats to sweet feed. It's about 8 cups of oats and 2 cups of sweet feed. And I'll add a little extra soon. I'm putting some vanilla in this morning. Give that a toss. There. That'll take about 10 minutes for the oats to absorb a lot of that stuff and become sticky. In the meantime, I'm going to get my rod set up. As usual, 8 cups of oats, 2 cups of sweet feed. And yeah, I'll do some pears today. Easy open can, sounds nice. Just pears and syrup. I'll show you how I'm going to do this. Dump it all in. And then I'm going to do some chili powder as well. Sweet and spicy. And then I'm going to grab just a little bit of water in there. And then I'm going to take my old pack bait and dump that in there too. And this bag will be my garbage bag for that. I'm going to seal this up and I'm going to smash those pears first before I start mixing thoroughly, I'm just going to squeeze the bag and just smash those pears, squeeze the juice out of them and just pulverize them. And after they've been sufficiently smashed, just give it a toss. There we go. It takes about 10 minutes for the oats to absorb that stuff and become kind of sticky. This pack bait stuff, it's not rocket surgery. If it's too wet, too gooey, I'll just add a little bit more dry ingredients. And if it's too dry, too crumbly, then I'll just add a couple handfuls of water. Simple. Time to make some more pack bait. My usual mix is old-fashioned oats and sweet feed pellets. That's a 4-to-1 ratio there. It's about 8 cups of oats, 2 cups of sweet feed. And let's see. Let's go with the peaches, only for the reason that it has this kind of lid. I don't feel like getting the can opener out and messing with that. Peaches and everything. And sweet and spicy is the name of the game today. Sweet peaches, spicy chili powder. And I just know from experience that a couple of handfuls of water will get that going a little bit faster. Just help those oats soften up a little bit faster. And I'm going to smash those peaches. Before I get mixing too much, I'm just going to squeeze the bag where those peaches are laying. Smash them up. And the peaches are all smashed up. Now it's just a matter of tossing it. Okay, that's it. That's going to take about 10 minutes for those oats to absorb a bunch of that liquid and for it to become sticky. And the key to making pack bait in a bag like this is to not overfill the bag. You don't want to fill the bag any more than like 2/3 full. I'll see how full I've got it here, about this full. And then when you're getting ready to mix it, make sure that there's air in the bag. Don't squeeze the air out of the bag, because the stuff needs that space inside the bag to move around and mix. And if you just kind of roll around just like a washing machine or something, it'll mix. You don't have to like try and specifically get it to fall a certain way or whatever. I just go like this. Tumble it around randomly. Gets the job done. Let's see. This is my standard base. It's always old-fashioned oats and some of these sweet feed pellets. That's horse feed. It's a 4-to-1 ratio there. In this bag, I've got about 8 cups of old-fashioned oats and is that 4? No, it's 8 cups old-fashioned oats and 2 cups sweet feed. And I think I'm going to keep it pretty basic here today. Going to go with some cream corn to start. In goes the cream corn. And I changed my mind. Feeling a little bit nutty today. I'm going to throw in these bag of pecans. These are just like dollar store pecans. They're not very good to eat. I like pecans, but these are garbage. But I think the fish might like them. Add some flavor and some protein and some texture to the pack bait. I'm just going to smash them up like this. Get it real mad and give them a punch. So yeah, just crunched up pecans. Dump the whole bag in there. And I think this might need a little bit more something. I'm going to put in some vanilla. Vanilla pecan sounds good. Sounds very delicious for fall, huh? And one more thing. Just tiny little splash of water. That water will help those oats set up a little bit faster. The cream corn doesn't absorb very fast. It's pretty thick. That's it. The oats and sweet feed, cream corn, pecans, vanilla. That's it. That'll take about 10 minutes to set up for the oats to absorb that stuff and become sticky. And I think a fish will just absolutely love to eat that. As always, starting out with a base mix of old-fashioned oats, sweet feed pellets. It's 12% sweet feed. I don't care about the brand. I just buy whatever's on sale at the feed store. Let's see. Yeah, this is on top. Let's go for it. Chili beans. Red beans in chili sauce. Easy open can. Love that. Now I've used these before. They are not very saucy. I'll show you here.
See, lots of beans. There's the chili sauce, but it's not very wet. You know, it's really thick. It's going to need some more liquid. And the way I solve that is I also put in a can of whole kernel corn with the water and everything. Corn and water goes in. And that's it. I made this particular batch of bait many times, and that works perfectly. Perfect amount of liquid there in that can of corn. There we go. 10 minutes, that'll be ready. Corn and bean oats. And I will even get my hand dirty to show you what it looks like all mixed together, because honestly I think this is one of the more pretty baits that I make. And here I've got boiled feed corn with sugar added, sugar corn. To that, I'm going to add a can of cream style corn. And then I'm going to add half of this container of old-fashioned oats. And that needs to sit for about 10 minutes and it'll be ready to use. Put about half of this container in the bag. These are horse feed pellets, sweet feed. Cream corn. From my experience, the half a container, this is a 42 ounce container, half a container and 1 can of cream corn makes a pretty good consistency. And I'm trying something a little different today. I got this leftover strawberry preserves, about half a jar. I'm going to put that in there too. I like mixing it up in a plastic bag like this. If you fill the bag more than half full, it doesn't work because there's just not enough room for the stuff to move around inside there. But about a half a bag of this is about the right amount for me for one session of fishing. And there it is. I'm gonna let that sit for about 5 minutes, let those oats absorb some of those flavors, some of that corn and strawberry, and we'll get fishing. And I will be using my homemade boilies for hook bait today.
These are garlic and corn flavored boilies. Really firm. They're just really durable. They have a lot of scent to them also. Yeah, that packs nicely. Okay, that's gonna be the rig right there. Time to make some bait. Going with my old standby. Old-fashioned oats. Can of whole kernel corn, drained. And I kind of like to add a little extra salt. Oh, and also a couple handfuls of these feed pellets. Sweet feed, 12% sweet feed. Toss it up real good, wait about 10 minutes, bam, good bait. Alright, I'm gonna make some new bait here. I've been fishing for quite a while, time to make some new bait. Start out with some old-fashioned oats. This is about half a container, half of those 42-ounce tubes here in the bag. And let's see, got some sweet potato. I think I'm gonna go with corn today. Cream corn. And some whole corn. And I'm just going to put just a little bit of that liquid in there and drain off the rest. Otherwise it'll be too wet. And I'm trying something different today. I've been trying some kitchen spices today. This one's going to be honey sriracha. And this is just some seasoning mix from the grocery store from our kitchen that we don't like very much, and I thought I'd see if the carp like it. And that's it. Seal it up. Give it a mix. That's it. Let that sit for about 10-15 minutes. It'll be ready to go. And that's going to be this. These are old-fashioned oats, and these are sweet feed pellets. And to that, I'm going to add 1 can of cream-style corn. And then whole kernel corn. And I'm just going to put just a little bit of that liquid in there and drain off the rest. If I put all of the corn and the liquid in there, it's just all going to be too wet, and the oats are just going to turn into more of a paste. It'll be real gummy. Okay. And the magic ingredient that's going to give this stuff some real pop is this honey sriracha kitchen seasoning. Sweet and spicy. Smells good. They seem to like it. I've been catching lots of fish on it this year. And I put, I don't know, quite a bit in. Give that a good toss. Bam. 10-15 minutes, let the oats absorb some of that stuff. Ready to rock. Alright, about an hour and a half in, no action so far, but I know for sure I'm going to need some more bait for tonight because I'm just about out of the bait that was left over from yesterday. Old-fashioned oats, sweet feed pellets. And I usually carry kind of a variety of stuff in this bait bag here. There's some cream corn, sweet potatoes, more cream corn, fruit cocktail. Oh, that might be interesting. Let's see, I think I'm gonna go with sweet potatoes today. Got some brown sugar bourbon seasoning. I've caught fish on that before. Yeah, I think that's gonna go good with the sweet potatoes. Alright. These are Bruce's yams, cut sweet potatoes in syrup. Southern style. We're going to put all of that in there. And then some brown sugar bourbon seasoning. Good amount. I think that's going to be it. I'll see what the consistency is like. Might need to add a little bit of water. Let's see. And I am going to go ahead and squeeze these chunks of sweet potato. Kind of mash them as I do this. Let's see. Yeah, I can tell already this is not going to be enough liquid, so I'm going to put just a little bit of lake water in. And just put a couple handfuls of water in there and let it sit for about 10 minutes, see what it looks like. Add more water if needed, but this is looking pretty good so far. It's looking a little better. Yeah, that's a little stickier. I think that's going to work good. But I'm going to let this sit for at least another 10-15 minutes before it's ready to use. Alright, it's time to make some more bait. Right here I've got 21 ounces of old-fashioned oats and a couple of handfuls of sweet feed pellets. I'm going to take what's left of my old bait here and dump it in there. Use this from a trash bag. And today I'm gonna do some sweet potato yams, sweet potatoes in syrup. There's the sweet potatoes in syrup. I'm gonna dump all that in there. And to really add some flavor, I'm gonna add some of this brown sugar bourbon seasoning. It's just kitchen seasoning that we tried at home and didn't really like it, so I thought I'd use it for carp fishing. I'm going to put a lot in there. And that's it. Mix it up real good. I'm going to mash up the sweet potatoes a little bit before I start mixing it all. Alright, take a look. There it is. I'm going to let that sit for about 10-15 minutes to let the oats absorb some more of that stuff, because while it will pack together right now already, it also breaks apart real easy. So I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit and be ready to go. As usual, sweet feed, oats. I bought 2 of them today. I think today I'm gonna start out with some cream corn. In goes the cream corn. I think I'm gonna go with a can of fruit cocktail in syrup. I'm gonna put that in along with the cream corn. Yeah, grapes, pears, peaches, a couple of cherries. Yeah, that'll be fun. Give that a toss. Alright, 10-15 minutes, let that marinate and get my rods set up. Well, have you seen enough bait making in this video yet? I don't know, when you go fishing a lot, you make bait a lot. This pineapple oats from today is almost gone, so I'm gonna make some more here. Pineapple oats going in with the new oats. This will be the garbage bag. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with cream corn. In it goes. I'm going to stick with the pineapple theme here, and I'm just going to dump some of this in there. I don't usually use Jello. I don't remember why I have this, but I do. And I'm just dumping it all in there. Cream corn, pineapple Jello, oats, and sweet feed pellets. Okay. You know, I've said this before, probably don't say it enough, but like, a lot of people fixate on the bait, and they think that if they can just find that magic bait ingredient, then their fishing troubles will be over and they'll just catch all sorts of fish every time they go out. And that just really couldn't be further from the truth. The people who consistently are able to find fish and catch fish do so because they have spent considerable amount of time learning about fish behavior and the patterns that fish exhibit according to weather and season and types of water bodies, if it's lakes or rivers or whatever. There's lots to learn about fish behavior, and these guys that consistently catch fish, they don't have a secret bait. They just know how to find the fish and put their bait in front of the fish. And I'm just trying to learn as much as I can to eventually be one of those guys who can find fish pretty regularly and be pretty knowledgeable. Every time you go out, every time I go out, at least I try to learn something. Pay attention to what happens, what time of day, what time of year, what's the temperature of the water, what direction is the wind blowing from. Is it sunny? Is it cloudy? How deep is the water? There's all these factors that are vastly more important to consider than the bait.